All right, let's talk a little bit about hamburgers. You guys think you know a lot about hamburgers? Well, let's find out and see what you guys know. So where was the first hamburger chain in America? Do you guys know what it was? Well, it was White Castle, believe it or not. They started back in 1921 and made those little sliders that everybody is excited about. So what about the name hamburger? Where did that come from? Well, actually, hamburger came from German immigrants to the United States from Hamburg, Germany. And they, for some reason, thought hamburgers should be called hamburgers. And so that led to something during World War II. As you guys remember, we were at war with Germany. And so we no longer called hamburgers hamburgers. We actually called them Liberty sandwiches back during World War II, so as to not give the, reference to the Germans. Now, what about celebrities? What about their favorite hamburgers? Well, according to Mike Rowe, the Big Jack Burger at Sun Cattle Company in Oklahoma is the best burger ever made. I've never been there. I'll have to try it. If any of you guys ever tried it, let me know what you think. Queen Latifah, Janet Jackson, and Pharrell Williams have all owned their own fat burger franchises, so they probably think those are the best. Jay Leno apparently is known to order his with a triple patty. Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, owns a hamburger brand called Wahlburgers, which kind of a good name for that, which he sells in his restaurants. And he also sells beef patties in the grocery store. Okay, did you know that 8 ounces of ground 80/20 burger patty has about 560 calories, of which 72% of that by calorie is coming from fat, though. That makes it pretty high-fat food, which would be pretty good for carnivore ketogenic diets. Okay, now let's go back to McDonald's. Everybody's heard of McDonald's. What did they originally sell? Well, before they got into the burger game, they were actually a barbecue restaurant selling, barbecue and things like that. Back in San Bernardino, California, they switched to burgers in 1948. And what was the cost of the original McDonald's hamburger? I'll let you guys think about that. Well, the answer was it was 15 cents way back in 1948. Speaking of a long time ago, what about the longest shelf life that we have for a burger? Well, we know that freeze-dried beef patties, which can be used as a military surplus item, can be shelf-stable for up to 25 years. So I guess if the zombie apocalypse ever occurs, maybe we can hide out in our basements eating our freeze-dried beef patties. Now, what about the highest altitude that a burger has ever been eaten at? Well, beef patties have been actually made on the space shuttle, where they've been eaten actually in orbit. And then finally, what about plant-based burgers? Do they have similar nutrients to beef? Well, if you read the labels, you'd think so. Protein and carbohydrates and fats, very similar on the label. But in actuality, this 2021 study showed that actually, when you compare all the nutrients in there, plant-based burgers are about 90% different. That is to say, they only have about 10% of the nutrients that are actually found in beef. So they are nowhere close, even though the label looks the same, they are nowhere close to being comparable. And, as far as what belongs in the human diet, it's pretty clear. We want to eat the real thing. We don't want the fake stuff, okay? So burgers have been around for quite a while. A burger patty is a great source of nutrition. I think they're wonderful, particularly if traveling. You can always find them in most places. Let me know what your favorite place to get a burger is and what you think. If you have an interesting fact about a burger patty or something along those nature, please put that in the comments. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave some comments. Take care, guys.